Hey
count.
guys, welcome back to the.
Can you just let me have this? We've been trying to do this. Oh my god. Welcome to the Conversation Colons podcast. I'm your
It's your
host.
host.
I'm your host, Damien, with my co-host Jared.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Fuck you, Jared.
Oh, Damien, that's not very nice.
So there's no real structure to this week's episode as um nothing
Oh,
really
that's
going
really good.
on.
Make it script. I mean, because we always do it this way. What?
What? I'm not too lazy.
Yeah. No. You just got grind.
Yeah, so I guess we can talk about that.
Yeah, might as
So
well.
we'll talk about something before that.
Oh,
Borderlands, we've grinded the shit out of.
oh, we grinded it so hard that they patched the game from what we were
Yeah,
doing.
so we were just grinding Grave Ward.
Still can grind him, but it takes like an extra
Yes.
minute instead of it being 12 seconds long.
And yeah, they just released a patch that completely broke my character and none of his abilities work. So I'm not playing that game until they fix it.
Pussy. I
But
mean,
it,
you could still play it and just stand behind cover while I grind the boss for you.
yeah. But yeah, it's fun. Also, big news today: Red Dead Redemption
Oh,
is coming out on PC November 5th. It's only on the Rockstar launcher until December
yeah.
when it comes out on Steam. If you
Yep.
pre-order, you get to. I think you get to choose two GTA games. One of them not being GTA 5, of course. They still want you to pay for that. But I will be choosing GTA San Andreas and Vice City. Obviously, you can mod those. That's the fun that comes with it.
I have no
Um,
idea which one I'd pick. By the way, do you only get the GTA games if you get through the Rockstar launcher, or can you
Yes.
still get them through
Nope.
Steam?
I mean, you can buy the GTA games on Steam, but you'll
Yeah, but
only
they're
get
not
them through.
free, so that's
You'll only
stupid.
get them through the Rockstar
Well, then
launcher.
I'm probably gonna do that. I mean, because
Same.
let's be honest here, that's a great game. Red Dead's a beautiful game. I'm gonna have to
I've
play it
never been
on
more
PC.
excited to spend another $60 on a game I've already played.
Right? And especially like you're gonna be able to play it on our computers. It's gonna have amazing running speed. It's gonna be I I can already see how beautiful the quality will be on this fucking monitor. Like
Also, I
I'm
forgot
actually getting
everything that
excited just
happened in
thinking
that
about it.
game.
Beautiful.
I've already forgotten everything that's happened in that game, so I'm basically playing the game brand new
It,
again.
it that's fair. And something I'm gonna do that I didn't do my first playthrough is I'm gonna do every single possible thing that I can do before moving on to the next chapter. Because I have a friend who I used to work with, and he literally was only on the chapter 2 when you actually come down to Valentine, and
Yeah.
he like it was 4 months of the game being out. I'd beaten it once already, obviously, and he had still not progressed past Valentine because or past the gang hideout at Valentine. He's just been doing every side mission he could. He's going everywhere he could, finding all this stuff, doing every single possible thing he could, and then moving on to the next chapter. And that's probably something I'm going to do just so I can get a better chance to get 100% completion, but also just experience more of the game,
So
especially since it's going to look so nice.
my boss,
Ooh,
he is already 100%ing the game. He's been doing it for almost a year now,
Jesus.
and he's at
There's
like
a lot to do.
yeah, he's at like 98%, I believe. There's certain things you have to do, like you have to shoot off 3 hats in a row, not using Deadeye, and you can't kill the person, and you can only do it, with the 6 bullets
Three
you have.
hats in a row?
3 hats in a row, and obviously that's hard because as soon as you shoot
Yeah.
somebody or shoot the hat, everyone else starts running, and you can't use Deadeye. So it sounds easy. It's harder than you would think.
Yeah.
But yeah, so November 5th that comes out. So I might record some content around that.
Oh, dude. We'll
They,
have to.
they also came out and said they're not doing any single player DLC. Although what's
That's
happening
fine.
in the game right now is when you kill somebody, their eyes glow green, like from Undead Nightmare. And
Ooh.
so that's going to be in the online mode. It's going to be
They
zombies.
are doing zombies in the online mode.
Yeah, apparently it's been leaked by like data miners and shit. That's going to be.
See, okay, I'm gonna say something. I know that you are not a fan of the new way Rockstar is doing their multiplayer, but we're gonna have to play a little bit of the online
I'm
multiplayer.
not touching that crap.
We have to play a little bit of it
No, I refuse.
because it doesn't matter. Like I get you don't like the money system, but it still isn't going to be a bad game if we just grind a little bit of it just to play some of the new game modes that are out.
No,
Because
like,
some of
see,
it
here's
is
the thing.
fun.
Here's the difference. Borderlands and Destiny, I like the grind. I don't like the grind that Rockstar was trying to give me when that online was coming out. And I do think the online's boring. I mean, I'll take a look at it when It comes
But
out
you've not
November
played. You
5th.
literally have not played any of the Red Dead Online. So I get where if you say that about GTA 5, because I
I've
know
played
how
about
strongly
6 hours
opinionated
of
you are.
it. We
But
played we played a lot of it.
you've what played by yourself? I mean, the thing is, I played a ton of Leon. Well, I shouldn't say a ton. I played like maybe like I don't know 20-ish hours of it. I've played with Jordan. And it's been great. It's been a fun experience because I'm playing it with somebody and we're doing stuff that is fun. See, you don't give it enough of a chance.
I
Like
gave
the
it
first
six
or Borderlands
hours.
2. Yeah, that's not a lot.
Borderlands 2, I gave 2 tries. Borderlands 2 is a trash game. You cannot convince me any other
It
way. Nope.
but it's not.
No,
It literally isn't a garbage game. Is the
it is.
problem? That's what I'm saying. Is you don't give games enough of a chance, and
I
you have
don't.
to give
I
Red
don't
Dead
give games enough
enough
a
of a chance.
chance. No, I
Yes, you do
gave
not.
Red Dead Redemption 2's online 6 hours. What I saw from that 6 hours was garbage and horse shit.
You gave it six. You gave it 6 hours when it first launched. That isn't. You have to wait until more
There,
content
no,
comes
no,
out
no, no,
because
no, 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 no,
they
no,
are
no.
a company that gives more content as time goes
No,
on,
that is
just
not
like
how we
Borderlands.
judge games. We do not get a game and say, "Oh, I'll judge this in 6 months." You go, "No, I'll judge this for what they decided to release, and they said is good enough now." They released it.
But they
No,
released but
no,
that's a game
no,
that was focused heavily on on the single player,
no.
not the multiplayer.
Stop. They released the multiplayer and said this is they sat there and said this is enough content and good enough to release the people that have been waiting for online for Red Dead.
Yeah,
I'm going to judge the game right then and there. They released it. They said, you can have this. We believe it's good enough for you to have. I'm going to judge it. I'm not going to wait 6 months. That's not what happened with Sea of Thieves. That's not what happened with State of Decay. All these games that are didn't happen with Destiny, people judged it right away. I judged it right away too.
absolutely.
You
And
have
they
to
got better
judge
with
it.
time.
It doesn't matter. The judgment I
What do you mean doesn't
made,
matter?
no, no, no,
That's an
no,
ignorant statement
no,
saying
no,
it
no.
doesn't
The
matter.
judgment I
No, don't
made
no me. It is.
no,
It's ignorant.
shut up. The judgment I made when Red Dead Online came out was very fair, and I said I'm never playing it because one, there's multiple reasons. One, Rockstar is very anti-consumer when it comes to their online marketing and their
That's fair.
online games. So I'm
Yes.
not playing it because I don't support that. Also, the money system, which I've watched videos about, is still bad. And it still costs and takes a lot to get a lot of items in the game. Which you might say, okay, well, that's good because then there's a grind and stuff like that. Okay, but when I can just pay to get the guns, that's unfair. That is
You can't just
pay.
pay to get. Well, no, they did change that. At
Yeah,
first, you couldn't. Yeah,
it
sorry
is
about that.
pay to play when it comes to that. I can either
It
I can
it's
either
pay to play
pay.
if you make it pay to
I
play.
can,
That's what I
but
don't agree with.
they want you to pay to
Yeah, they
play.
want you, but you don't have to. You can
Jared,
still play a game
when
and
it
enjoy it
takes
without paying.
20 hours to get, let's say, a certain gun, the most
It
expensive gun
doesn't.
in the game, it does though. Go watch the
It doesn't.
video.
It takes 2.5 hours. I've done it. Like it's not a bit. It's not that hard of a grind. You're making
It's
it seem like it's so much worse than it is.
all right.
You
I'll
can
send
play
you
a
the
mission
video.
for.
I'll send
You
you
can
the video of this guy
Okay, just because some
grinding.
dick shit sits on YouTube and goes, "Oh, I don't like playing this game too much." If I sit there and play with my friend for 2.5 hours, I have enough to get 2 guns. That's fine
Two
by me.
guns.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Are they the most expensive guns?
They like a medium tier and a low tier.
I'm saying most expensive gun.
Oh, who gives a shit about the most expensive gun? Isn't even the best gun.
I'm just saying.
That's the thing.
I'm
If
not saying it's the
people
best.
are all
I'm
fixated
saying
on
the
getting the best, getting the
grind.
most expensive. You get something you want. I like getting a medium tier rifle because I think it's a cool rifle and using that and not changing.
Jared,
There's too many people are out there trying to be all too competitive, too hard. I want the best. I want the most expensive, but it's too expensive, so I'm going to complain. Just play something to enjoy it. See, there's a difference between you and me, and that's what makes things like this episode, like our podcast, go as smoothly as they do. You are very forward and a little bit more competitive, a bit more I want to be the best. I'm a bit more laid back. Yes, I can be competitive and yes, you can be laid back, but I like to be more I'm playing to enjoy, not playing to get the best thing, to have the best thing. I get what you're saying. And I completely agree. Rockstar's multiplayer, their fan service in that regard, they make good content for people who are going to pay a lot of money. People who aren't going to pay a lot of money, it's a little bit like, yeah, those are cool things, but I can't get them. And that's fine. You don't have to have them. If you really, really want it, pay the money. If you don't really care, just play the game and have fun. So I get what you're saying. Yes, it is too much pay to play, but it doesn't have to be. Literally, I have told you in the past, Jordan and I have sat and just played the game, riding our horse around using the starting revolver, just fucking around, and it's hilarious. It's so much fun. You don't have to go and go, I need this money for this. No, you don't. As a matter of fact, I spent more money on stuff to make my character look better than I did on actual guns to start because I thought that was what I wanted to do.
I see where you're coming from with that,
Yes.
but it's an online game where you can kill
Yes.
each other. So there is a base level competition because, and you remember when
Yeah.
online first came out, people were riding around just killing everyone
You're killing. Yeah.
and killing horses and shit.
And that is something
So,
you have to give Rockstar credit. They've worked on that. They have put out
so
multiple patches to make it harder for people to just go randomly killing,
I
and they've
get you.
added passive modes.
I get you. But if they have the best gun in the game, they have an advantage over me with a gun that maybe I just like.
Yeah.
Okay,
But if
this is comparing two different things. I like a 5.56 AR,
yeah.
but if I'm shooting from 1,000 yards away and somebody has a Barrett 50 cal, they have the clear advantage. I might like the gun, but they have the clear advantage, right?
And that's a
I'm
very
not
fair
talking
point.
reals. But what I will say, the grind that they are putting in their game is very unwarranted, and the
It
time
is a
it takes,
lot.
and this goes for GTA 5 too,
I
because
agree with
to
that as
get a
well.
lot of
GTA 5
stuff
is a
in
hard
GTA
game.
5, that game has now become pay to play. You
No,
pay
it very
to
much
play.
so. You
Red
can't,
Dead
at
is
that
going
point,
in
it
the
is not grindable.
same way because they even said they're going to go with the model of GTA. But the difference is they're not releasing as much content for online as in their public release statement for online going forward. They're going to release about two big expansions a year. So you're
That's
going to
not.
get two big contents of DLC once a year. That's fine.
Yeah, that's not. I'm fine with spread out content. It makes me want to come back to the
The
game every couple
problem
months
is,
instead.
in those 2 years, what I could see is that making things so expensive that you have to grind, and it's going to take way longer than it needs to get those certain things. Or
Mm.
you could just pay to get that gun. My whole point with it, with the Rockstar thing, is they're not rewarding players who just want to play enough. They're making it
Yeah,
out of reach for a lot of things.
and I don't disagree with that.
A player like me who would just want to get on for an hour or two, I can't get those things. Your statement of, okay, you should just get the things you want to play with. Yes. Okay. That's a good, I would agree with you, but there's modes in that online to where you are facing other players to where you need the best stuff. Okay. Also,
A lot of those modes will give you, but a lot of those modes give you a set class, and you get
okay,
the
that's fair,
guns.
but some of them
The only
don't.
time is in free mode.
Here's what I'm going to say. Also, another point was I don't like their mission structures in online. The 6 hours that I played, not with just you, I played with Cody. I will have to say I did enjoy myself a little bit, but we were playing a mission and we were killing a bunch of guys, and this guy decided to die twice as I was at the end, and that was a good 15-minute mission. And so me and Cody beat the whole mission with this other guy, and he decided to die twice to stop us from beating the mission. And it's not like he died from people, he died on purpose. And we had to restart, and I immediately, and Cody knows this, I immediately uninstalled Red Dead right then and there. I said, I'm not playing the online. I've beaten the story. I've said my piece to it. I'm never playing the online again. So, no, I will not touch the online. Those are my points. I don't support Rockstar and their
So you
online
rage
models.
quit, and now you're never gonna play it again.
I'm
That's
never
okay.
playing the online for GTA 5 or Red Dead Redemption 2. GTA 6, I will give the online a go. But if I
Give
still
the
see
whole 2.5 hours and go, well, this is garbage.
first off, I listen, we're going to talk about this real quick. I know you think I don't give games a chance. 6 hours is a lot. If you play a single player game, 6 hours is a lot. I've given Borderlands 2 multiple tries and over 10 hours, and the game was trash. Okay, you might say, okay, the end content's better though. Okay, but what about the beginning content? The game should be good from the beginning to the end. Okay,
See, the beginning content isn't bad. It's just a slow pickup. That there's a
no,
difference.
the beginning content is bad.
No, it's not.
You can't
Like, it's not
video
bad.
games. If a music artist comes out with an album and the first half of it is bad, why would I want to listen to the second half of it if what I've seen from the first half is bad? You might say
That's not a fair comparison.
that is
You
a correct
can't compare music.
comparison.
No,
It is
it's
works
not.
of art. Yes, it is.
Music is different from games.
How?
Because you listen to music, you're just sitting there not doing anything. With a game, it's you what you're doing.
Music has more than just listening. You can envision the music
That's
creators'
fine if you want to envision
art and stuff like that, and what he's saying. There's also hidden messages in music, so there's different things than just listening. You can interpret things. But should we compare it to movies because you're listening and watching?
I mean, that's fair.
If a movie halfway through is bad, I'm not finishing the movie because it's just going
That
to be more
doesn't make
bad.
sense.
No, that makes very
Why wouldn't you?
because
No.
the movie's bad. You can
So watch
tell.
it all the way
You
through.
know what I'm saying is you can tell very
Because there,
quick.
you could
No,
have a movie that has a horrible structure, but it's got one of the best endings you've ever seen. You can have
name
that.
one.
I don't know any on top of my head. I'm not a movie person as much as you are, but I know that there's a movie out there that has to have a horrible plot, but it's like that ending made me go, okay, that's a very good ending. Has a very good summary to the plot. Even though the plot was garbage, the ending to it was like, okay, they fixed that pretty well down there. It's only like if they'd done the whole movie, that would have been great.
If the whole plot's bad, the ending. If the plot is shit, the ending doesn't turn shit into good. It turns shit into less smelly
Okay,
shit.
okay, then let's put it this way. Say you've got one of those stereotypical movies where, there's this apocalypse that's coming at the end of the movie, and the whole time they're trying to prevent it. And at the last second, it's like, oh, we finally did what we had to do. We're going to save the world. And then they do it, and it doesn't work, and everything just fucking explodes. That's a fucking amazing ending for a shit ass movie.
It's a predictable ending.
No, no, predictable ending would be, oh, they're going to save the day again.
No, it's a predictable ending.
All
Those are
right.
two of the ways you would go. Walking Dead's
An
probably going to choose
unpredictable
one of
ending,
those.
aliens come in and stop it. Boom, done. I mean, like you could say that for anything. Oh, that's predictable.
Well,
You
when
could
you
have this
look at
back and forth all day
apocalypse
long.
movies, those are probably the uh, two most
Yeah,
occurring
it's either
endings.
ending A or ending B. That's fair.
Yeah, so that's predictable. If you choose, let's see, what's a garbage movie? The 2016 Ghostbusters movie,
Mm,
the all female cast. I'm not saying. I'm just
never
saying.
watched it.
Okay, that's a garbage movie throughout the whole
Oh yeah,
thing. But at the end, if Bill Murray showed up, that movie's still shit. It's still garbage.
yeah. It would have been a terrible movie with a pretty decent ending because Bill Murray showed up.
What I'm saying is, you can judge things and work of art pretty quickly, and
Yeah,
I think games, giving them roughly 6 to 10 hours, is a very good judgment of what the game is, especially when it comes to online modes. Now, Borderlands, I gave a chance twice. The first time, obviously, I played more. I played with Cody, and I didn't like it. And Cody even said, and Cody beat it, and he's like, yeah, the game's not that good. Okay. I played with you. I didn't even enjoy it at all.
yeah.
Red Dead Online, I'm not playing. I didn't enjoy it from the 6 hours that I played. And so that's kind of the ending of the Red Dead talk, I guess. There's nothing really else coming. If you order the $60 edition on the launcher, you get a free upgrade to the $80 edition. I don't know what that gives you. I think it's online content.
Yeah, it's no, it's the horse and it's the special. You get it for campaign and multiplayer. It's the special horse that there's two different or three different horses you get, and then you get a special wearable item. It's in campaign and in multiplayer. It's like a fucking belt buckle or some shit. They might change it for a PC. Maybe it's like a PC exclusive thing. Who fucking knows?
Yeah.
But there was if you paid for the 80 or the $100 edition, you got some extra stuff. For me, I did that $100 edition, so I'm gonna get all or I did get uh extra content. It was I can't remember. It was like a skin for all the guns or something like that, and it was for both multiplayer and single player. That's the one thing I will say. For the first time in a long time, I was actually happy I paid for something like that because it gives you things in both single player and multiplayer instead of just multiplayer. So that
Yeah.
was
Um,
hopefully it's the same way. If they have a difference, it's gonna suck.
if you want to play it on Steam, you wait till December. So you basically wait one more month. You've waited a whole year. So, I mean, I guess one more month won't kill you if you just want to play it on Steam.
Mhm.
Um, but I'll be playing it on the Rockstar launcher.
I'm debating on which I'm gonna do.
That game's going to give me a lot of time because there's nothing really coming out. I mean, there's a Star Wars game in November, but there's
Yeah,
nothing
that's
coming
right.
out really interesting in December or January. February, we have Minecraft Dungeons and all that stuff. So,
Yeah, that's next
um,
year.
so this game will give me a few months to kind of get over the slow hump of video games. But we can talk about Destiny.
Garbage.
Actually, no. I have to rant about something else. We'll talk about Destiny later. So speaking of unfair models in online games, the new Ghost Recon game just came out.
Wait, Breakpoint's out?
Yeah. Um,
I thought that wasn't set for end of October.
nope. It came out October 1st if you bought the $100 edition, and then it just came out today.
Really?
So Ubisoft was going in the right direction in a lot of ways. Assassin's Creed Origins was really good. You had Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which I didn't finish. I got about halfway through. That game had a lot of content though, and
It could have been better if it wasn't so long.
yeah, and I think a lot of the stuff could have just been side missions, and the content they were providing. It did get kind of repetitive, but the game, I can't say the game was trash. The game was actually good. And I've heard a
Yeah,
lot of people say it's their favorite Assassin's Creed. Okay.
it wasn't bad.
Um, they were going in the right way with a lot of things, and then Wildlands came out, and it kind of put a sour taste in my mouth because it's this giant open map with nothing going on, but the gunplay was cool and everything like that. And then they added the cool Predator mission where you could go and kill them in the jungle and shit. That was fun. So they were kind of going in the right way with that. So Breakpoint comes out, and it's an RPG basically. So there's
Mm,
certain areas in the game where you have to be a certain light level or gun score level to get into that area, and so they're turning it into like a division kind of thing going on.
yeah, which
So
isn't bad.
no, the problem is, and the reason why I will not be buying the game is because that game is pay to win. Because you can buy everything in the game. I mean everything. Skill points, better guns, tattoos, backpacks, hats, all of it.
Mm,
Anything. Skill points, and let me remind you, everything that goes in the campaign transfers over to the Ghost War mode, which is like a PvP mode. So you can pay to get all the skill points in the game, and you're going to have a clear advantage over somebody who doesn't in PvP mode.
yeah,
That is pay to win. Also, you can buy, let's say there's an assault rifle that hasn't dropped for you. Well, Jared, you can pay for it. So why grind when you can just pay for it? Am I right? Also, they
mm,
made the grinding way too hard to where it is incentive to, once again, like Rockstar, just buy it. Um, so that's my rant with Breakpoint. Don't buy that game. That game is bad for consumers. Um,
I honestly, I wasn't even gonna buy it. Like, it was a cool hype when I first saw the trailers, but I had no interest in buying it. Like, it looks like Wildlands, and that's why I would want it, but it just no appeal. Wildlands was a pretty decent game, but I
yeah.
had zero appeal to want to get this
Well,
game.
when
So
the trailer came out, I was like, okay, this looks really cool. And then the first beta came out, and I played it, and I don't know, like I was so sure on buying it, and then I played the beta, and I don't know, it felt boring to me, and I was like, I'm not spending $60 on this, maybe $30. Now I'm not gonna buy the game.
yeah,
And I know there's a lot of people who aren't buying the game because of that, and so Ubisoft hopefully learns, but it's sad that they had to learn with Breakpoint, which was a game I was actually excited about because they were making it more of a survival kind of thing.
yeah, which
Um,
I think would have been cool, but
yeah,
again, like it doesn't look like it's gonna be worth it.
yep. Also, John Bernthal's in it, so that kind of sucks
You know
because
what? I'm gonna take that back. It would be worth it if it's a little bit cheaper, like later on.
if it's $10, I'll play it.
I'd go as far as 20,
Um,
just because I do like the style that they play.
yep. So we'll go ahead and get into our Destiny talk, and I've been pushing it off. So Destiny 2's
That's me, big
Shadowkeep.
gay.
Okay. Destiny 2 Shadowkeep just came out. What, 2 days ago? No, the first 3 days ago. Um,
Yeah.
3 days ago. So you get to go back to the moon. I told Jared this. Destiny players, the only players that'll pay almost $40 again to get the same world or the same
Yeah.
area, not planet. But Jared, what are your thoughts on Shadowkeep so far? We're to clarify, we are both 905 in light level, so we're about 45 levels away from the hard cap.
Um, I it isn't bad, but it also wasn't great to start. It was hard to get back into because it's Destiny. Like, I love Destiny, and always will, but like it when we first started playing, like I really didn't want to do it. I was like, I'd rather go play Borderlands. I'd rather go play Minecraft. I'd rather go play just something else. Like, it wasn't good. Like the story was okay, but it was way too short. Like, after if you played um Forsaken was great. It was a very long story. There was plenty of grinding in between. It was a great DLC. It took me multiple days to beat. It took us 2 days to beat this one. That's it. Like, and it wasn't even like it only took us 2 days because we stopped playing the first night because I had to
Yeah,
work. So I got up, like I had to get up early. I was like, we're stopping. Like, we could have easily beaten it, all in like one night, but we only played for like 4 hours, and we beat it the next day in like an hour and a half or two. Like, the longest part was the grinding in between the three missions.
yeah.
because they had you do one of the mission was a nightmare hunt, one of the missions was a strike. Like so there was probably only like two missions that were normal. The first mission and the last mission, right?
Well, I think there's like
Oh,
10 missions
and
in total.
there was definitely not 10 missions, unless you're counting the grinding part, but that was just you standing in the fucking Sorrow Harbor and shooting
Yeah.
shit for like an hour. No, there were three missions because you had the beginning mission where you come in and you fight your way to the keep, and then there was the mission where you go down into the tombs to get the fucking cartographer thingy, and then there was the third mission where you actually go get the artifact. Everything else was a strike, a nightmare hunt, and grinding. It was not a good story. Like it's setting up for whatever's about to happen next, which is fine, but they could have stretched it out. They could have added more. Like they could have had Eris. I don't know. Literally, they could have had you fight something else, but it was just so short. Not really, like not very good. I'm hoping they slow leak some more content over the next couple weeks because I want more now that I'm into it. Like I've been grinding things that aren't even related to the freaking story because I ran out almost so quickly. Like we have an exotic quest to do and we have the actual nightmare hunts to go do now, but they're not a part of the story. But that's it. Other than that, it's a good game. It's Destiny. I love Destiny. I'm fine with it, but they definitely need more. And whatever they do next, whether it's another year of content or they actually do a third Destiny, whatever it is, please don't fuck it up because this almost made me not want to play with how short it was.
That's
And the
fair.
content, not bad, but could have been better. Like there was a few good story points with Eris, like telling the fucking ghost things to piss off. I was like, neat. But that's like really it. Like they went from having a really high amount of cutscenes and like good cutscenes from Forsaken with like our character talking and like, oh, it's so good from what it was in Destiny 1. And like even the part where our character goes, Eris Morn, and it's like, oh, hey, our character's talking again, cool. That's it. Like that was it. And then you had another one where she like freaks out because she thinks you die, and it's not even a cutscene. She just talks in your ear. And then you have a cutscene where what the fuck's her name? Ikora is
Yeah.
like, "Hello, Guardians," and that is it. Those are the cutscenes, and then you
Yeah.
go and fight bot. Like it's not that's not a lot. It was I paid $40 for it, and I'm actually a little bit pissed off. I would have rather paid 20 for it because that's what it felt like. It felt like a minor DLC, like from the first game when we had what the House of Wolves, whatever those cheaper ones were.
Well, yeah, you had Crota in the House of Wolves.
Yeah, it should have been the price of those, which was what, $20 or $30 instead of paying the 60 for the big ones like Oryx and Iron. Like it
Yeah.
should have been cheaper. This is what this felt like. It wasn't awful because I love being back in the moon. I like what we're grinding, but it should have been cheaper. Other than that, it was whatever. I mean, I love Destiny. I'm gonna keep playing it for a while.
That's fair.
And it's on
Um,
PC, so I'm happy.
yeah. So, the story isn't Taken King level. It's nothing like that. It does feel much small. Well, okay, so I'd say the things that it sets up are a lot bigger than what Taken King will or is or was.
Mm-hmm.
Because I honestly truly
Taken King was
feel,
big at the time though.
well, yeah, honestly truly feel this DLC is going to lead us into Destiny 3. Um, so this is the first time I've played a game grinding wise by myself for about 6 to 7 hours straight in a long time. It's been a long time. Um, the last time I
Mm.
really grinded was Black Ops 3 when I was playing all day, all night. And then before that was Destiny, to where like I was okay with playing by myself. Like Borderlands, I don't play by myself. I don't want
Yeah.
to.
That's I will say at first I didn't want to, but like I'm getting comfortable playing by myself. And Destiny is a weird one. Like I didn't like playing by myself in Destiny, but when Forsaken was out, I literally played in the entirety of Forsaken by myself.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying.
So what happened was, so I in Destiny 1, I was a hunter throughout the whole thing. I was a warlock for a little bit during the Crota raid because there was a glitch you could do where you could get self res to happen, and at this one part in the raid. So I switched to warlock because my raid team needed one. But
Hmm.
I've been a hunter ever since then and before then. And then when Destiny 2 came out, the hunter was severely underpowered, and the Titan was the clear best class. And I also like the starting armor, and a lot of the exotics were way better for the Titan. So I chose the
Yeah.
Titan.
I love
And I've been a
Titan.
Titan since on Destiny 2. And so when Destiny 2 first came out, I put a good 150 to 200 hours into the game. I was max light level. I did the raid, which is what Jared said. I believe you said on the podcast I did it without him, but I did
Yeah,
the
I did
raid.
without him.
I did on launch night. We were third place until we got to dogs, and then it just went downhill from there.
Yep.
I believe I beat the raid 2 days after I initially started it with that fire team. um, and then I kind of stopped. Trials of Osiris came out, or not? Well, yeah, no, Trials of the Nine. That's what they call it. I went flawless 3 or 4 times, and then the Osiris DLC came out. I played it. I was like, this is garbage, and I never played the Warmind DLC, even though I paid for it.
It was
Uh,
good. No, we beat it together, remember? I played it with you trying to get it done before Forsaken.
did we play it?
Yeah, we played you and me played just the story, and then we didn't read anything else. I
Oh,
told
okay.
you about how to get a couple of exotics, and you're like, I don't fucking care. It was either you or Jordan, because Jordan got into Destiny 2 like super late, and
I
we
think it
played a
was
little
Jordan
bit.
because I don't remember playing Warmind.
We should play Warmind because it's not bad.
And then so what if I play Warmind? I just don't remember it. Forsaken came out. I've heard great things about Forsaken. I just didn't play it. I didn't get the DLC. Um, but
Forsaken was great. You didn't play Forsaken?
no, I didn't buy it. No.
Great. That's something that pissed me. I paid for it. I paid for like the more expensive edition on Xbox, and it didn't transfer over to PC, and it says I don't own it now. I'm fucking enraged because there's quests on there that I had partially finished, and it won't let me do any of it because I don't quote unquote own it on PC. That's pissing me off. Every time I load in, I see it. I'm like sitting there trying not to cuss because I'm like so pissed. Like, why would they do that? If I paid for it, it should count. Especially since I transferred my entire account over. Like I said, that everything you purchase would be over there, but it's not.
It
I'm like,
is. I think it's a glitch that they're gonna have to fix.
they fucking better
Because I
because
was
I
on the
swear to
Reddit and
God.
people were saying that some of like people who own Warmind weren't having it shown up on their thing.
Yeah, because there was three editions. You get the 60, the 75, and then there was the 100. And I'm pretty sure I paid for the 75 or 100. I didn't pay for the cheapest one. I know that, but I
Yeah.
paid for the more expensive, and I'm pissed that I don't have it.
So I grinded Shadowkeep with Jared the first night as my Titan. And I don't know what made me want to do it, but I was like, I really want to switch back to Hunter. I just missed the jump. I missed the subclasses.
Mm,
And I do. If you have the right armor set, I think the Hunter can be the best looking class. I think the Titan's the easiest to make look the best. I think a lot of the exotics do fit it. I think the Hunter has a lot of ugly exotics. But if you get the right armor set, I think it can look really good. Warlocks are fucking
yeah,
trash.
no, I disagree. Warlocks are very middle tiered.
They're the worst subclass in Destiny 2. By far. By far.
Mm,
Um, so
since they got rid of self res.
so I then last night I switched over to Hunter and I beat the story in about 2.5 3 hours doing all the missions and stuff, and then I spent another 3.5 hours just fucking grinding to get back up to 905 light, which is where I left off, because that's where Jared left off. And so now we're gonna grind some more today. Do a lot of the. I think we're gonna do the Nightfall because it gives you an exotic piece of gear, so that's gonna help us up. And I was watching videos again, and it sparked my love for Destiny again. I'm ready to grind, and I want to grind,
Yeah.
and I enjoy the grind. And also, I've started watching war videos again. I last night while I was playing, I had my name's Biff, who's a great YouTube channel.
He's
If you
he's
want to, yeah, if you want to know a lot of Destiny lore, that's where I go to get a lot of content, to just know up on Destiny.
he has a
He
nice voice.
he does. He just released a 3.5 hour lore video about Destiny, everything you need to know, and I listened to it last night, and it was fucking great.
Mm.
Also, I watched videos today about this darkness. Spoiler alert: you're fighting the darkness. Blah blah blah. Whatever. They're the triangles from the end of the game. It's not really that big of a spoiler. And I apparently know the new race that was that we're gonna be fighting in either the next DLC or DLC 3. They're called the Veil. Those big statues are all in concept arts. So now we know a lot of the concept arts are the darkness, and there's concept art where we're on their home world and stuff like that. So there's so much interesting stuff that I'm so ready for in the future. But this DLC, when it comes to story, was lackluster. And
That being said, though, I am excited to see what they're gonna do with the Vex invasion stuff.
Yes. The raid
That's
comes
gonna
out
be fun.
tomorrow. We don't know the light level for it. I think it's gonna be. I'm I'm pretty
It's
sure
gonna be 980 or up.
I I think it'll be 950.
It'll be 980.
No, 90s. No, 90 is gonna probably be the hard difficulty. This is
Oh
normal.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
I think lowest it would be is maybe 920. So I think a lot of people are just gunning for 950. So 950 is probably the wave to go. And that's in the Black Garden, so that's cool. So it's another Vex raid basically. And so I'll see how that goes. I don't think we're gonna be able to make it to 940, 950 tonight. Hopefully,
Not at all.
but so we'll probably do the raid next week. And we'll probably give a review of it. Vex raids always make the best raids, so
Yeah, that's fair.
that is fair. Well, Taken King's
The only
raid
one
so
I
good.
liked after that was the Siva one.
No, I hated that
And
one.
you hate it? I loved that one. That one was like actually enjoyable, like surprisingly.
The two, well, I liked 3 out of the 4 raids from Destiny 1. Uh, I think Taken King's I had the most fun with, and I think still probably the best raid.
Taken King is the only raid from Destiny 1 that I never beat. I got to the end fight like 100 times, and we never once beat it. None of my teams could ever beat it.
Yeah, that Taken King was the time I was doing a lot of LFG, and I was playing by myself.
Mhm.
And then Vault of Ass is probably the second best.
Oh, I love
Well,
Vault
for
of Glass,
sure.
number one.
And then Crota's the third. Well, see, I enjoy Crota just because of the atmosphere of it. It's probably the
Yeah,
least
it was good.
mechanical raid. So I'd probably put Siva over Crota, so Crota being the worst, but I don't think they're all bad.
Yeah,
I don't think Crota's bad. Siva, I didn't enjoy it that much, probably because I wasn't into Destiny that much at that point. I was ready
yeah.
for the new game, and I knew the new game was coming. And
I haven't done a single one of the Destiny 2 raids.
yeah, the first one was so disappointing. I've beaten it 2 or 3 times, and I don't want to beat it again. Like Vault of
I've heard that the
Ass,
Destiny 2 raids are like significantly harder than the first ones.
they are.
Like
It's a
significantly.
lot harder. They're a lot more mechanic based.
Yeah,
And
which I think.
what's sad is we're 2 years into Destiny. We're now finally just getting our new second raid. All they do is
Mm.
just add more bosses basically to the first raid. That's what they were doing. Or I forget they were. It was you go onto the Cabal ship, and you go to a new area where there's a new boss. You beat that boss once, and you're done. That's the new thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Destiny 2, I think the first raid is the worst raid they've made. But then again, it's probably the most rewarding raid because it's the hardest. And since I beat it, I feel accomplished because I feel like a lot of people haven't beat it because of how hard it is. So we'll see how this.
I haven't beat it because I've never had a full team.
Yeah.
I've watched videos. I know what you're supposed to do. At least I did. I just haven't had a chance.
Yep. But yeah, so Destiny 2, it's good. We'll see how the end game goes once we beat the raid and stuff. If we're gonna, well, it's probably gonna be the thing once we beat the raid once and we're 950. I don't know how much we'll be playing it because
Hmm.
Call of Duty comes out, Red Dead comes out, the Star Wars game comes out. There's just other stuff coming out, so
I'm not getting Call of Duty. I can't.
you can get Call of Duty. So yeah, that's basically it. I'll try to go see Joker sometime this week. It came out today. I'll probably go see it next week, so we'll probably do a review on that next week, or I will, if Jared wants to see it or if he can see it.
I want to see it. I just don't know if I'm going to be
Yeah.
able to.
So we'll have that next week. Yeah, we'll probably give Destiny a review next week as well. The Shadowkeep thing. It's too early to tell because there's so much content left to go. We still have to do all the nightmare hunts again and stuff. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But that's been this week's episode. Make sure to leave a review on all your platforms, stuff like that. Follow. Once again, guys, thank you for listening. And that's another episode for us, guys. Thank you for listening. Please make sure to comment, subscribe, follow, like, whatever. If you're on SoundCloud, it's follow, like. If you're on Spotify, you just add to your playlist, like, follow, whatever. iTunes, please leave us a review. And on YouTube, please like, comment, and share, and then subscribe to my channel, eventually Jared's channel when that comes out.
And if you guys want to follow us on social media, our Twitter handles will be linked in the description.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening.